people you have pictures of, Kaden, that were not released. I want you to post them up, and then the three of us are going to say they deserve to stay, they deserve to go. It's going to be a very fun game. Say keep them, dump them. That's what I'm going to call this. Oh, actually, no, this is called the release party. Go ahead, start.
He could go. He's not doing nothing. He could go.
I actually enjoyed his segment with Nia Jax.
He's fun, but
depending on how he is backstage,
he's kind of one-dimensional to me.
He got the Busta Rhymes hairline.
I got two dump-ups. I'm gonna say when it comes to Reginald, I will keep him. Next person.
Bye.
Now,
bye,
this is
bitch.
controversial.
Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
I'm interested to hear Willie's opinion on the Velveteen.
I know, because we have some history with this guy.
Just because I'm so disappointed in him, like he was on the track to probably be the NXT champion and everything, and then like I said, me being a father, man, like I don't care if it's 17 legal age or what, but if you 24 plus, like that's just off limits, and just because that's the only reason why he really didn't get in trouble for, because of where it was at and that little rule. He got to go, man. I'm sorry, even though he's from my area, even though I did one of my monikers after him, man, as a man, he violated all codes of manhood. Like you are a star on him, and you can have grown women your age, all that. So for you to do that, not once, but they said I think it was probably 3 times. Like, yeah, like, and then the way they brought him back with the James Brown fucked up wedding set and the blonde, like it just made it worse. So dump his ass, get his ass out of here.
Post this picture back up for me, producer. So when it comes to the Velveteen Dream, here's the issue. WWE sees a star in him. He was so freaking over for the longest time.
Yeah.
So over, so many insiders, so many people from inside the company, outside the company were saying he was the next big star, future main eventer of WrestleMania. He was that charismatic. His height of his popularity, you definitely saw in him, only for it to hit the roadblock of what he did in those DMs. What went down in those DMs.
Can I just say something real quick?
Of course.
And this is why I kind of hate wrestling today. Like, we all grew up with believing in kayfabe. We didn't know who these people were. We didn't really find out everyone's dirty laundry unless it was something drastic as we got older, where we got the internet and started seeing like, oh, this person is not who they are. And I gotta say, I'm not saying every wrestler back then was innocent. Of course not.
Of course not.
But I just miss wrestling that it was just, this is the character. I don't know anything about you. And if this was the case, then whoever the real Velveteen Dream is could have stayed in his little closet. Hopefully got exposed. But he could have been something.
He is definitely a dick. I just see him downtown Orlando one day. He went right past me. All I said was Velveteen Dream. I didn't want to autograph or anything. And he just ignored me. And I know he heard me. I heard it was him and Priest before I actually met Priest. It was him and Priest. Both of them dicks. I don't like either one of them. Well, Priest is okay. We've had
He's from the Bronx.
Hey, he looked at me like I was crazy because Matt told Jamie, he was like, yeah, he's a big King Corbin fan. And he looked at me like, why? I'm like, why? I like King Corbin. Get out my face. You know, Matt always teases me about it because he was in the middle. Because Matt was in the middle of King Corbin at the time. Anyway.
Speaking of which, can I make a request to put King Corbin into this little slide thing and also Austin Theory? Because there's a couple ones.
Anyway, so Velveteen Dream, to April's point, put him back. To April's point, the problem is they take him off of TV because they're hoping that people will ignore it. And they keep him off for months. Every time since then, they put him back on TV. He trends on Twitter in such a negative way that they had him off again for months, and they did releases, and he started trending again. That tells me people are never going to let it go. People are never going to forget it. Unfortunately, Velveteen and Patrick, you are probably going to have to cut your losses and find a new career. This is not going to work for you at this point. Go ahead and put up the next person, which is Jackson Riker.
Bye.
Bye.
Too.
I have to
left.
agree. What?
To live.
I don't know, but I'm not even talking about
Let him go. Just let him go for his sanity.
Let him go so he can actually work.
I will say keep
or
him.
send him back to NXT.
Aleister Black, I would keep around, but I would give him one more chance to see what he can do. Otherwise than that, I will let him go. Because, everybody's always like, yeah, exactly. He was better in NXT. It's not his fault. It's not the main roster's fault. He didn't get over the main roster.
It's the gimmick.
Before the pandemic, he just was not, nobody cared.
That's true.
That's it. His gimmick does not work well on the main street. But I would see if you can revamp his character and see what can work. So I would keep him for that.
This the last feud he really had was with Buddy Murphy, and he's next.
Jordan Devlin.
Baby Finn could go too.
Get the woman beater out of here.
I didn't know exactly what he did until y'all told me in pre-production, so I would say let him go as well.
Disappointed.
Next person.
Child.
Ricochet.
Let him go for his sanity. Go back to Lucha Underground, bring Prince Puma, get a manager, or go to New Japan. Just
yeah, let
David can follow his bae anywhere else.
David will download whatever platform he needs to get to Ricochet in his penis. Yeah, but anyway, look, here's the thing. Same thing about Aleister Black. I will repackage Ricochet and see what he can do because he's a solid talent. I think he's missing something. Randy Orton actually just said that in his podcast, a snippet of his podcast, that he's a very good talent. He's just missing something. He would love to help him. And I think with help, with his character, he needs that guidance. If you give him that guidance, I think he can get over because he's a really good talent. Needs to slow down the ring, not always have to do high spots all the time. I think that's one of his problems. But once you do that, I think he's a good get. So I would actually keep Ricochet.
You got to think about Ricochet on the mic. It's like once he opened his mouth, it's like
he should get a manager.
It's been the same thing with Cesaro. Which, if you pay attention to Cesaro today, his interviews were short.
No, but
they actually cut him off.
No, Ricochet is terrible. That's why he had a manager in Lucha Underground.
But not only is it terrible, but just like his tone of voice, like he has that dorky, like dorky. Yeah, like dorky, like preppy type, like voice when he's talking, like, and it's like
just send the SmackDown, put him with Paul Heyman, watch him be a fucking star within 6 months.
Yeah, just give him
he needs a manager.
David,
go be his manager. You're good.
No, his voice is more annoying. Jeff Hardy is another talent being wasted in WWE. Hopefully they push him when he returns. Here's my issue with Jeff Hardy, former multi-time world champion. We talked about with Samoa Joe. Jeff Hardy, the difference is Jeff Hardy just pushes through all his injuries.
Oh, he's up
Jeff Hardy too. Yeah, he's about the same age, I think, as Samoa Joe. But Jeff Hardy has been
a WWE guy originally. Samoa Joe's not.
Jeff Hardy, it says he's come back, in my opinion, has just been injured the whole time. Every time I see him, he just looks like he's injured. He's limping around.
He keeps doing these crazy high spots, and
he's actually slowed it down a little bit. He slowed it down a little bit, but he still does it.
But he still got babies. Like, he stopped.
He hasn't been on in almost over a month now. He wasn't even anywhere to be found at WrestleMania.
No.
He's just injured. It's not much you can do with him. He's just there really to put people over, and it's sad to say because he was so
I'm fine with that.
Time, but that's what it is. See, this is what I'm talking about with the trolls. Take him out. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody in their right mind would say get rid of Miz. That doesn't make sense.
I don't like how Miz went from 2 weeks from being the WWE champion to fucking fight a feud with fucking Bad Bunny.
Well, I will say this, and this is to be me serious now, not just joking around. But that match with Bad Bunny was very good. And if you don't think Miz was the ring general in that match, then there's something wrong.
He was.
Miz playing that whole match. So I think he didn't lose anything by losing the world title. He had it, and he probably knew he was going to lose it in a week or two. But he played the fuck out of that role that he did. When he won that title, he was all over the internet, and he was telling everybody to cry. It was gold. It was gold. I wish he had it a little bit longer, but it was Bobby Lashley's time, and he deserved it. Put somebody else up. Roderick Strong, if he's not NXT, I would say let him go.
He's not that good on the mic, and he doesn't really have a character.
I would say keep him in NXT or make him a trainer.
Yeah, exactly.
I can see him as a trainer.
That's right.
Or he could go back to ROH.
But he's still relatively young. He should go to ROH. He's still relatively young. He still has a long career ahead of him. I would definitely keep. Hey, shout out to Grandma NXT in the back. Such a sweet lady. But
hey, Sugarfoot.
She has been doing the show before too. But I actually, I will keep her. I will keep him on her. Who else do we have? Drew Gulak.
Let him go.
C. Roderick Strong. NXT trainer or Indies. Not Raw.
They keep trying with him, and it's
the same
not
thing
working.
I say. Trainer or Indy.
I'm surprised he didn't get released, but he just signed a new contract this time last year.
Well, hopefully they'll do something with him.
Vanessa Bourne.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
She was in NXT for a hot minute. Here's a fun fact: she's actually been on the main roster for a year and a half. She just never debuted. She's another one that's in game.
Get her ass out of there.
Yo, homegirl got paid to chill. Y'all
seen her multiple times. Y'all just don't remember her because she was on NXT for a while. Her last thing, she was in a tag team with Aaliyah for a hot minute. She was in a tag team with Aaliyah when the women's tag team titles just came out. I'm telling you, I've seen her before.
All right.
Damian Priest is
he's fine.
His career is gone as Samoa Joe's WWE career. Like, he's going to job a lot in the next couple months. He was there to put over Bad Bunny. He is done. All right. I doubt he should have stayed in NXT. He was not ready to go main roster. He did not
said that too.
Backing for that. And he got lucky because he's Spanish. He's from New York, and he meshed well with Puerto Rico background. He meshed well with Bad Bunny. So he got very good push for that. And what happened when Bad Bunny went to go on tour? After he got the golden briefcase, he lost his first match. Right? That's what happened. I'm telling you, he's done. Yeah. He's done.
We should have never brought him up.
Who else we got? Buddy Murphy.
Bye. He's super talented, and they're not using him.
They did. The last thing I think they did with him was the whole Rey Mysterio's daughter thing, which was so creepy, and it's a shame because that man can move in the ring. No. But I could probably see him. He could probably either show up at AEW or probably at Impact. Yeah. Kenny Omega said he wants to match with him, so he might show up soon.
I will keep Buddy Murphy. I think he has a future.
Yeah, but the character
needs to be tweaked.
He probably gonna have to change his head from this.
He definitely needs to be tweaked. But I can see Buddy Murphy possibly making a run for a mid-card title. Never a main eventer, but possibly making get out of here with that. Possibly making a run for the thing. Get out of here with that. Paige needs to stay. She's gonna get better. She's gonna come back.
What are you talking about? Leave Paige alone.
Yeah, Paige is gonna have one of the biggest pops in wrestling history when she gets. It's going to be like Daniel Bryan and Edge when she comes out of nowhere. And I, you know what? If they're working on it now, I don't care if she's healthy now. I would say don't come out until WrestleMania Royal Rumble 2022. That's when I will have her come out. The place will go crazy.
That pop going to be like Edge pop.
I will cry.
I agree.
I will cry.
I agree. Put somebody else up, or are we done?
Who's that?
He
used to be with Mojo's bodyguard, I think.
He was the
Riddick Moss.
Yeah, I'm about to say, wasn't he he was some type of champion, 24/7 champion.
He was a 24/7 champion for a hot minute, and he's still employed in WWE. And the reactions on y'all faces says, I
don't know who this man is, but let him go.
Get him the
No. Actually,
Nikki Cross.
I say keep her.
You know what? Keep her.
I would keep her.
But send her back to NXT.
I wouldn't send her back to NXT. I think she has a future on Raw or SmackDown. I think it's just not her time. And not everybody can be a main eventer. I say that all the time. Not everybody can be a main eventer at that time.
They should have used her with the whole Alexa Bliss Fiend thing because her old character would have fit in perfectly.
Exactly.
And those two could have been women's tag titles with the Fiend when he had the title. Yeah. That would have been fire.
Whoa.
Bye.
How dare you? Whoa, how dare you? King Corbin stays.
Babbage.
Outside of him being the longest reigning fucking king of the ring, which I don't know.
Seriously, when is he supposed to lose his crown?
Right, he's been the king of the ring for like the last 2 years, I think. But
how dare you?
But
I like the Miz. Leave the Miz alone. He's in a good place.
This is a future Hall of Fame. Yeah, he is being disrespectful. How dare you do that? You did it. You're treading the line with King Corbin, but with the Miz, you've gone too far.
Yeah,
I love the Miz.
He really tried it with the Miz.
That is the Miz. Humberto Carrillo.
Get him the fuck out of here.
This is going to sound really racist.
You thought he looked
Give him a manager.
You need some Hispanics in the wrestling.
You do. Rey Mysterio can't be the only one. We lost our other tall Mexican.
Yeah, I would. Until Ray Phoenix's and Pentagon's contract is up, I would keep Humberto Carrillo.
Give Give him a manager. That's it.
Possibly. He's a great talent.
Oh my God! What happened to Bay?
Same thing. I would keep him just because they need.
He's still there, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
Chris, remember that time I met him and I almost got hit by a car?
Yeah.
I appreciate you for calling him for me.
No problem. Austin Theory. I met Angel Garcia is a good guy. I met him. He's actually I actually had the pleasure of interviewing him for a second, so he was a really good guy. Austin Theory, fun fact, we actually met him recently at a bar downtown Orlando like last month. He's a cool guy too. But I understand he has some controversy backstage for a while as well.
He made the comments about the women, right?
Yeah.
I understand. He was trying to talk to a 15-year-old. And I understand why, because he looks like he's 12. But
he looks like he's 12, but another talent.
Hell no.
Because he's great in the ring, but bye, bitch. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, ho.
He texted with an underage girl.
Right. Same thing Velveteen Dream did. Do we have anybody else? John Laurinaitis. Okay, now the reason how come I had Caden put this guy up.
Oh.
This is some history real quick. I want everybody to know this because I see where
me.
Big Daddy Cool, he posted on Popular Review Twitter, fire Kevin Dunn. I see Kevin Dunn trending and stuff because they think Kevin Dunn made these calls, which a lot of the names he probably did make the calls, right?
But ain't John Laurinaitis the head of talent relations?
The head of talent relations, and people always act like they do this every year. Here's a fun fact. Between 2013 and 2021, or 20, I'll say, because they did this last year,
it was bad last
year.
year.
They didn't have that many years where they were releasing talent like that. They were actually holding on, before AEW even showed up, they were actually holding on to a lot of talent. This holding on to talent thing is very, very recent, right? And they just kept building and building and building and building. When they were doing it every year, who was in charge of talent relations? It was actually John Laurinaitis.
Right.
He actually left that position in late 2012, right before the last round of cuts, which included Drew McIntyre and a few people of 3MB and all that other stuff. Then they stopped. Then they had another big one last year, 2020, who just got hired back as Vice President of Talent Relations.
Oh, John Laurinaitis.
And then a year later, they did it again. I'm trying to let everybody know, even though Kevin Dunn, and of course this man has to sign off on everybody, might have been part of it. John Laurinaitis is the reason why they let people go and they cited due to budget cuts. That is why. However, if you look at it and you put the 9 talents back up there, like I said, you have to understand, no matter what, no matter how much money they make, no matter how many deals they make with NBC, Fox, whoever, WWE is still a business. That is what they are. And they are not going to be the company that they are by having people who are making anywhere between $250,000, which is the base salary of anybody on a main roster contract, and millions of dollars, and all they're doing is sitting home. You understand? They're not touring right now. They're still making money. They're not touring, but we have people who are making $400,000 plus merch sales and everything else who work 1 day a week. You know, true. Possibly 2 hours or something like that, and they might not even wrestle. They might have a backstage segment or something.
Mm-hmm.
How many people would love to make all that kind of money and not work 5 days a week?
Shit, I would. I want to chill at catering for 4 years and not do shit.
Exactly.
Let me get a good training session at the PC. Let me get paid to train at the PC, and then let me go.
It's fine. They don't work. They very rarely because they don't do the touring. They don't do the signings anymore, anything like that. They don't work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know, I'm friends with some of these guys, so it's like, I know. I'm there. I see it. They're chilling. Then they go to work on Monday, or Sunday they work on Raw. Sunday they have their COVID test, and then Monday they're at work.
It's still a job at the end of the day.
And it's still a job. If you're not,
and this past year has really showed us that, especially with the whole pandemic, everything got shut down, indie shows, everything. Like, these people lost work. They lost their dreams right now, and now they're getting, back up. So when I heard about the cuts, I wasn't too surprised because, like, hello, at the end of the day, it's still a job. If you're not doing anything that's going to benefit me or make me money, and I can't work with you, then here you go. Here's your 90 days.